Welcome to TYT Sports. It is the Monday morning quarterback Steve-O Michael Shore here to talk about Turks, about Jerks, about a crazy, exciting football day, even though the 49ers didn't play. Hard to believe that that is possible, Steve. I went in there thinking that the Cowboys were going to lose terribly to the Seahawks, and the 49ers would, of course, be mired in about third place in that division. And then look what happened.
Well, credit to myself. I actually predicted this victory by the Cowboys.
I predicted that you would give credit to yourself. So
Very good.
We each get one.
So I'm in the suicide pool. I'm in a couple of them, one in yours, but another bigger pool with, I think, about $6,000 at stake. And there's no buy-in, no rebuying in if you're eliminated. Right. So it went from 60 people down to now 7. I'm one of the 7 still.
Wow.
And it's partly because I didn't pick Seattle this week.
I picked Seattle this week.
I didn't pick Seattle because I feel like Seattle has been playing poorly lately, and they're just begging to lose. They're getting sloppy, penalties, missed opportunities, and I thought the confident Dallas team going in there has a chance of beating them, and that's for 2 reasons. One, I think Tony Romo, for all the criticisms that he rightfully deserves, one thing he should get credit for is that I don't think he's ever scared. Maybe he's too dumb or too unaware to be scared. I don't feel like he's scared. I feel like he just plays.
Yeah.
And the main thing with the Cowboys right now is that they have an amazing offensive line.
Yeah. We're going to get to that shortly.
And they can control the middle of the field with their running attack and Romo's passing. And that's the recipe to beat Seattle because they have too much speed on the outsides to beat them on the outside. You got to beat them right in the middle. And that's what the Cowboys did yesterday.
Nobody really thought that their problems were going to be based on their offense. Problems were going to be based on their defense. And their defense just really held stout to the Seattle line yesterday.
Yeah.
In that building.
I agree. Their defense played way better than anyone expected, I think. And maybe Russell Wilson and company, maybe they weren't as playing on rhythm as much as they should be.
Yeah.
But everything seemed a little bit off on the Seattle side. Yeah. And the Cowboys are flying to the ball, and they made great plays. They played man-on-man defense, and they covered the outside, and they just, kind of dared him to beat them, and they couldn't.
Right.
They stayed with the receivers. They held Marshawn Lynch in check, and despite giving away 17 points through 2 botched punts.
The punt and then the fumble thereafter. So, all right, let's get now to why everybody tunes in. The Turks and Jerks. Let's start with our Turks of the week. Your Turk of the week this week.
There are a lot of candidates, but I'm going to go with.
That's what makes it so difficult, Steve. You got to pick
it's
one.
Tough.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick Aaron Rodgers. The way he led that final drive was masterful. I love the fake spike. Ironically,
although I knew that was coming. I mean, I said he's going to fake it. He's going to fake it. I said to the people, and everyone sort of agreed.
Yeah, although maybe you could see that on camera, but no one on the field seemed to see it. And even Mike McCarthy didn't know. Even Devontae Adams.
Don't know that anymore.
Yeah.
People know. I mean, people do that. He does that.
Yeah. But it wasn't just the fake spike. It was the conversion on 4th and 10, the conversion on 3rd and 10, and no timeouts. Couple of things. Playing in that Miami Heat is unbelievable with the humidity, and every team wilts.
The Heat play basketball, Steve. This is a disaster.
But yeah. So that's my Turk of the week. I thought he was terrific.
Okay, but it's a great call because it was a tremendous drive in probably one of the 2 games of the day yesterday. Yeah. The biggest play in that game was the fumble recovery.
That's right.
And that they didn't get to that fumble. It was just unbelievable.
Yeah, T.J. Lang made a great play.
Yeah, he made a great play, and the Dolphins made terrible.
Yeah, because there were 2 Dolphins, and somehow Lang got in between the 2 Dolphins and got the ball. Yeah. So kudos to him for keeping the drive alive.
Right.
Any great play needs a little bit of luck.
Right.
Like the helmet catch, and
No, I listen.
All those plays.
Yeah,
so.
that was lucky, and that had nothing to do with what he did with the drive afterwards. A great Turk of the week. My Turk of the week this week is, and we've talked about him already, the offensive line for the Dallas Cowboys. Doug Free, Zach Martin, Tyron Smith. Their unbelievable display yesterday. They gave Tony Romo time to do what he does best, which is to sort of scramble around, look, check down to receivers. He's got a lot of them. He throws to the wrong ones, and the wrong ones catch it sometime. But they were also able to create these beautiful holes for DeMarco Murray to go through, and they were the difference in that game. I mean, yes, the Dallas defense held up to Seattle really well. Their defensive line played really well against what I think is now, I'm starting to doubt that offensive line for Seattle, because Russell Wilson isn't getting the time that he had even last year. So I think that's a problem. When the Dallas D-line is holding you up, that's a big problem. But the O-line yesterday clearly won that game. It was won right there. They get my Turk of the week.
I think that's a very, very good pick. I was leaning towards DeMarco Murray to give it to one individual, but you're right. It was a line more so than DeMarco Murray.
Yeah.
They were blasting holes for him. Huge gaping holes that he was running through, especially in the fourth quarter on the final drive. And I mean, they just dominated.
They dominated. And one other thing you forget in that building, especially, that noise, it's the toughest on the offensive line. The signal calling, the centering, everything about it, because of the noise there. They get off snap counts. There are always delays of game that happen in that game. So I think that in that stadium. So I think that sort of amplifies how much better they played than other units have played in that building too.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like on every play they were getting a push of 2-3 yards at a time at least, and DeMarco just had, he had holes to pick from, and he's a good running back, so he picked the right ones and got the most yards possible. But the line really created great opportunities for him.
Right. And of course, this all comes with an asterisk because Frank Gore hasn't played yet, so he could be my Turk of the week.
Tony Romo, by the way, 26 fourth quarter or overtime game-winning drives since 2006, which is most among active quarterbacks. Granted, he can't or has not done it in the postseason. No love for Jeremy Hill. We have a video of the Ickey Shuffle returning to the NFL.
Jason, that's a great point. The Ickey Shuffle's return. I mean, Ickey Woods has returned to the NFL in those ads where he looks 300 pounds, and they're funny. But the actual Ickey Shuffle being emulated by another player, I think we should take a look at that. There he is.
He's going to get some cold cuts today.
Look at that. There it is.
I was never a big fan of the Ickey Shuffle.
Who wasn't a big fan of the Ickey Shuffle?
It's a boring dance. Anyone can do the Ickey Shuffle.
It's fantastic. It was charming. That's such a Dave Kohler thing to say.
No, I imagine a fat, out of shape lineman doing an Ickey Shuffle. I imagine a running back or a fit position player doing something more complicated.
Did you ever see Billy White Shoes Johnson? Do you remember him?
Yeah. Well, he did the quake with his knees.
Right. He started all of this. He was the godfather of any shuffle you've ever seen.
Oh no, not the funky chicken.